Well, hi guys. New Holland Brewing Company. This one was bottled on 11/19/18. This is the Dragon's Milk Reserve Orange Chocolate Bourbon Barrel Aged Stout with natural flavors. And this was established in 1997. This comes in at 8 or 11% alcohol by volume, excuse me. And New Holland Brewing Company. Blue, 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 blue. New Holland Brewing, NewHollandBeer.com, blah blah blah. And they are brewed out of Holland, Michigan. Brewed and bottled by New Holland Brewing Company, Holland, Michigan, made in U.S. And they too have adopted the independent craft banner, monocle, the whole deal, insignia. But yeah, anyway, I've been up to Michigan 2 times now. I'm hopefully going up there again for more schooling when I get a chance and more money and blah blah blah. But Dragon's Milk, like the regular Dragon's Milk, is so goddamn cheap in Michigan. It's insane. Here, a bottle, like a big bomber of it, is like $21. There, it's $4.99 discounted. You know what I mean? Like, it's insanely cheap. And they have so much of it, they're using it for like door stops to keep things open and stuff. And I'm not even exaggerating. That's how much. When I was up in Auburn Hills, Michigan, up north of Detroit, they literally had so much of this. It was just sitting in cases around, like popping up doors, and just it was insane. And yes, I drank shit tons of it when I was there, and I got very, very, very drunk. That's what you do. But anyway, I've never had this reserve before. Actually, I've never had any of the reserves before. To be completely honest, I always had the regular Dragon's Milk, which I thought was very nice. This one is the orange chocolate. Now, I remember, who were they? Southern Tier released a orange chocolate in their Blackwater series, and I didn't like it very much. So let's see if this one's better. And it's bourbon barrel aged, so already off to a good start. And it's 11%, off to a better start. So let's see. This is never the thickest stout, so of course it's going to be a bit thin, but with me, what beer isn't? Label out. And usually when beers are put into the barrel, they thin out anyway, so I wouldn't mind trying a non-barrel aged version of Dragon's Milk, like the original Dragon's Milk, like before it gets put in the barrels, to see how it would change from a non-barrel aged version to a barrel aged version. I think that would be amazing to see. But hello, good viewer. Okay, see, up to the light, there are a lot of ruby hues, kind of a little bit further than the pinnacle of the glass, but there are nice ruby hues kind of wafting around the glass here. It didn't really accumulate too much of a head. Even with my barbaric pour, it basically just has a ring of tan bubbles around the side now. There we go. Can't tell if oh, brother Craig, just got home. You missed my first one, but it was underwhelming anyway. So there you go. Now it's time to get to a nice sessionable 11% beer. So cheers. I'm pulling lots of chocolate, roasty, char, smoke, bourbon, nice caramel, peppery bourbon, earthiness, walnut husk. I mean, I'm pulling out all the nice big stoppers for a nice bourbon barrel aged beer. And I guess I do pull out a bit of orange too, because I actually just not too long ago had one of those chocolate oranges where you peel apart layer by layer. Yeah, exactly. So let's get into it. See how bombastic this thing really is, and how much different than the regular variant it is. So cheers. Yeah, it's a bit thin. Let's just sit down and calm ourselves. Like let's realize that this beer is staggeringly thin. I mean, it just always has been thin. Again, I would love to try the non-barrel aged version of it, just to see how big this beer is before, because it's got to be pretty goddamn thin before it goes in the barrel. It's in the medium side of a medium body. You know what I mean? Like, it's that thin. It's lovely and drinkable and delicious, but it's fucking thin. But so is KVS too, if you really think about it. You get chocolate and orange. And honestly, at 11%, you have a little bit of this right about here. I would still consider that unassuming, dangerous. Nice little roasty toasty tones. Nice char. Nice little bit of a barrel kind of character, that woody nuttiness kind of coming through. Chocolate orange. Right now. Chocolate and orange. Chocolate and orange. Milk chocolate and orange. It says natural flavors. I'm not so sure about that. But chocolate and orange. Right up front of the grill. Right there it is. The bourbon, I was hoping would play a little bit more of a pivotal role in balancing everything out, but the bourbon's kind of subdued over that chocolate and orange. Yeah, this beer's thin. I keep forgetting how thin this beer is. When you drink 3 or 4 bombers in a row, you don't care how thin the beer is, but it's a pretty thin beer. Slight sizzling carbonation, just slight lively carbonation. I've reviewed Dragon's Milk before, so I already know it's a bit thin, blah, 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 blah. I'm sorry, Craig, I missed that comment. But the chocolate orange is predominant. You're getting, as advertised, Dragon's Milk with chocolate orange. You're getting it. You're absolutely getting it. So it's definitely on the solid category right there. The beer is a bit thin. It's a bit on the medium side, which lends drinkability, don't get me wrong. But at 11%, do you really want drinkability with 11%? Or do you want to take your time with a nice, thick 11%? I mean, it's all up to, personal perspective. Excuse me. Yeah. Little hints of roasty toastiness. Nothing too crazy, nothing too bombastic. It's actually an easy drinking beer. The barrel is there, but you only really get nuances of the bourbon as you talk, as you breathe. It's very, very subtle. Everything's very subtle in this beer. And then the chocolate and orange ride on that bourbon train. As the bourbon is wafting out your mouth, the chocolate and orange is riding on top of that. So everything does complement each other. I don't want to sound like I'm hating on the beer, but it's not enough for me. It's not enough body. It's not enough bourbon. It's not enough of those, you know what I mean? Everything's super subtle. It's not bombastic. But it's good. It is a good beer. Good beer. It's a good beer. So, 11%. Dangerous beer. Dragon's Milk Reserve Chocolate Orange Bourbon Barrel Stout with natural flavors. I'm going to give an 8 out of 10. Because it's as advertised. It's a really nice drinking beer, but it's not up to the other bourbon barrel aged that are in the same ABV. I mean, it's just not up to the same range. And when you live in like PA and stuff like that, they're at the same price level. If you were in Michigan, this is the same price level as a Budweiser. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. But here, they command a pretty pricey price tag, so that's insane. But in the same way, you know what I mean? It's just one of those things. But it's a really nice, easy drinking beer. Both beers I had today were a little bit on the kind of like just unassuming, boring side. And it's like, yeah, they're drinkable, they're good. Kind of funny. But what are we looking at tomorrow, guys? Well, tomorrow we are looking at Goose Juicy from Evergreen Brewing Company from Canfield, Pennsylvania. This is a 6% India Pale Ale. Right there. That's what we'll be looking at tomorrow. And if we're going to do 2 reviews like we've been doing, we are going to do Rusty Rail Brewing Company's Sidetrack 56 Smoky Banjo Smoked Porter with Vanilla. We're going to do that. So there we go. And I have to look at my video count because my 1,500th video on YouTube is coming up here very shortly, and I want to make sure that I go to my parents' house, grab a special beer, and do that for that video. So, and at some point in time, either when I get the brewery back going and the house fixed up and stuff, excuse me, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this set up here or I'm going to go back down to the basement at some point in time and kind of revitalize what I was doing before. Revitalize the dungeon. But like I said, I have to do a lot of cleaning and scrubbing and put in a sump pump and do all like a lot of household bullshit shit. But if I can get that going again, I kind of would like to move everything back into the dungeon and start doing dungeon reviews again because it was just good. I liked it. But I like this too. Don't get me wrong. So we'll see what people like and what people think. But dungeon reviews might start coming up again. I never did a duo. I still to this day don't believe I ever did a duo review with anybody from the dungeon. Like they come to my house, they just won't go downstairs. You know what I mean? They're like, I'll pass, because they're smart. Exactly. You have to move the bodies first, get them out of the way. Sorry, that's a labial. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. But, yep, nice beer. I'm going to finish this on cam. And I'm going to bid you a farewell. So, yeah, I mean, for 11, what was this? Without my gab, this is probably 2.5 minutes. Killing 11% beer in 2.5 minutes. If you know what I mean, dangerous. So, oh, excuse me, I have to blow my nose, I'm sorry. All of a sudden, I was like, I'm still fighting the man flu. Still fighting the man flu. But I can breathe, I can smell. But regular dragon's milk is a little bit more on the fuller side of a medium body and more bombastic in the bourbon. This isn't. So something they did in the process, I don't know why or how, has kind of either foreshadowed that or just taken the place of that. So something is going on there. But right now, if you look at the back, it says the reserve, roasted, malty, and smooth. Absolutely. You get roasty toasty. You get, because the roasty toasty, obviously there's malts, and it's smooth. It is. It is definitely an as advertised beer. The 11% is just dangerous as fuck. But at the same time, it's not going to that next level. So I'm going to put it in an 8 because it's definitely enjoyable. It's definitely above solid, and I like it. And I'll buy it again if I can see it, especially if I'm in... You know what I should do? The next time, I'm going to bring some money with me. The next time I'm up in Michigan, I'm just going to bring like 3 or 4 fucking cases home. Because literally, I'm pretty sure I can get a case for like $28. It's stupidly cheap. So, we'll see. Maybe Eric Aline's a fan. He would say something different. I don't know if he knows exactly how much a case of this would cost. Just the regular version. But I was buying bombers for like $4.99, $5.99 a bomber for 11% Imperial Stout, bourbon barrel aged. What the fuck? Like Lagunitas does. I mean, that's even better than Lagunitas. Lagunitas charge $8.99 for a bomber of their Imperial Stout. You know what I mean? Like, that's just stupid. Now, again, here it's not cheap, but there it is. It's one of those locality things. Fingers crossed, Craig. I might be able to swing a plane ticket if I can try my ass off. So, you got to start making frames, got to start selling paintings, and I'm starting to do art classes this year, hopefully in May. So hopefully with all that money, I can start putting it away, paying off credit cards, and hopefully trying to make it back for the Kent Piss Up 2019. I already took the time off from work, so it's already vacationed. So we'll see. Because I would hate to be here on a vacation for a whole week just watching you guys on the internet. That would suck. So we'll see. But anyway, this is Paul from PABrewNews. The Dragon's Milk Reserve Imperial Stout aged in bourbon barrels. The chocolate orange. Here we go. Beautiful. Cheers. No worries, buddy. Cheers. Love you. See ya. Bye-bye. Watch that finger. Whoa, here we go.